All right, what's going on, everybody? Isaac Fleischer here, and welcome to another iHoopsFL interview. Now, before we begin, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at iHoopsFL. I post all these interviews that I do here on YouTube or Sportscaster or even in person, whatever the platform is. I post all these interviews that I do on it onto my Instagram at iHoopsFL. And for you guys that may be interested in reading any of the articles I've written for a company down here in South Florida, along with some recent recruitment info I've been putting up about some of these guys that I've interviewed, you can find all of that on my Twitter at iHoopsRecruits. So again, Instagram at iHoopsFL for all the interview stuff, the Twitter at iHoopsRecruits for articles and recruitment info. But anyways, enough about me. Let me bring on our guest right now. What's going on, my guy? How are you?
What's up? I'm good.
That's awesome, man. Anyways, let's get right into this interview. And I was scrolling through Instagram a little bit, and I saw this. This was probably super cool. I've never interviewed someone I don't think that fell into this category, but you averaged 31.9 points in your sophomore campaign, which was the 20th highest point per game average in the nation. So what do you think led you to so much success?
Probably the previous year. Just improving from the previous year. I think I averaged like 25, so I wasn't gonna average like less than that the second year. So I guess it was just only like up from there. I had great teammates my sophomore year with Anthony Davis and Kyle Jefferson and Cedric Jackson, but we just had a better year the second year for everybody, not just me.
And that's kind of funny that you're saying that. Oh my god! So my sister commented in the stream. Now I'm laughing, but it's funny that you said how you're surprised that I guess your points didn't go down or not. Sorry, you were expecting your points to always go up because for some people like they'll have a year like that and then they will go down all that stuff. So like you really didn't think that was a challenge, just making sure that you got better instead of staying the same or getting worse.
Yeah, I would like to. I'd rather improve than like to be worse than the year before. But if it's expected, like why not? Like that's what's expected of me. I have high expectations, so just gotta play up to the expectations.
And I guess like who kind of created those high expectations for yourself? Is that you or your family or just, the media? And how are we kind of able to live up those high expectations and that usually bring a lot of pressure on you?
I mean, it's not a lot of pressure because I'm used to it by now. Like my entire like AAU high school, I've always been playing to my best. Like all my coaches, like my dad, everybody has high expectations. So I've been used to this like since I was younger.
And I saw another graphic where it was like, toughest player one-on-one. So if I'm going up against you one-on-one, what sorts of moves should I be expecting from you?
You said what type of moves?
Yeah.
I'll probably take you to the basket and like use my body. I like to be physical when I'm driving. So yeah,
Definitely.
and shooting, but I'd rather go to the basket.
And when you're playing, in those games, again, average 31.9 points, I think it was. I already forgot, but yeah, okay, it was 31.9 points. What was the highest, the most amount of points you scored in a game?
Last year, I think it was 49. We went to Gainesville, and I forgot what team we played, but it was like the very first day game. It was in the morning. I had like 10 threes, and yeah, I finished with 49.
And just what's it feel like, when you pretty much can't miss?
I mean, it feels great. Like when you're hot, there's no better feeling than that in the game. Like when you just get going and you feel like every shot that you take is gonna go in.
And like does that ever feel weird at all? Like why haven't I missed yet? Or you just kind of, or just only feel good in a way?
It's not like a weird feeling. It's just like it's like you don't really like you don't try to heat up. It just kind of happens. So it feels good. I'm in the zone like during the game.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And I guess that being in the morning, like how is it even able to happen? Being a morning game as well.
I don't even know. Like usually the morning games are the worst. It just kind of like happened out of nowhere. Like I wasn't even expecting it. It was a far drive. Like we had just gotten out of the car, but I don't know. I got warm and everything was falling.
Yeah, it definitely sounds awesome. And I saw that you and one of your teammates, Dylan Mitchell, you were on some, I think it was some like local TV news show thing on your local ABC station. So what was it like, being interviewed on a TV set?
That was like my first like official interview. Like I was so nervous because they had like the big cameras and everything out, and like it was making me very nervous. Like I was stuttering all over the place. and it was with my dad, and they were just asking me questions that like, I didn't get to rehearse the answers or anything. But yeah, it was my first. I think it was my first like official interview.
Yeah. Is your dad? Is he the coach at Bishop McLaughlin?
Yeah, yeah, he's the coach.
Okay. What's it like? Playing under your dad.
It's great. He knows like he plays to my strengths. He knows what I can and can't do. I mean, I haven't like I'm used to it by now. He's been coaching me ever since I was in like fourth grade, and I've had him as a coach, except besides AAU, but he's been my coach since I was in fourth grade.
And this is your first year though, Bishop McLaughlin, though, right?
Yeah, that's my first year.
So before, was your dad the coach at the high school you were at before this season?
Yeah, he was at Blake, and we both transferred together.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, I was gonna. I mean, I thought it would have been pretty interesting if you went from not playing to your dad or with your dad to playing for your dad. But I guess it didn't happen. Anyways, I was just talking about this season. So what's it been like? Playing with that Bishop McLaughlin program. I know you got a great core. It's you, Dylan Mitchell, Anthony Davis Jr. What's it like? Playing on such a good core like that.
I mean, it's great because I've played with all my teammates before. Like I played with Dylan during the summer, and I played with Anthony Davis last year at Blake. So it's kind of nice to bring all the pieces together. And like I haven't really played with them that much, but like when I get back from my injury, it'll be good.
And what are your goals for this season?
Definitely to get farther in the playoffs than last year. Like last year we lost like in the first game of regionals. Like this year, like the expectations are to win a state championship for sure. And yeah, that's it.
And I understand that you are injured. So what's it like kind of sitting out? And do you have a timetable of when you're supposed to be back?
They said like 6 to 8 weeks or 8 to 10 weeks, one of those. So I'll be back like around December. But I'm just working on like my left hand, my conditioning, just all like the workouts and stuff that you can do without using like one of your hands. It's not that hard, but it's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, but I guess are you kind of grateful that there's a good chance that you may not even miss a single regular season game?
Yeah, I'm not like when they first told me I was needing surgery, like I got scared and I thought I was gonna be out for the entire season. But then when she told me I'm only gonna be out for like 8 weeks, I was like, all right, it's fine. I'll miss a couple games if any at all. So I wasn't too stressed about it.
Definitely, yeah. You're probably super lucky for that. Anyways, moving on in the interview, I want to know what's it like playing for Israel on the Israeli national team.
That was great. Like it was a great chance to play against different types of competition. I love like playing for Israel because I've been like living there since I was born. I moved here when I was 9. So like going back and getting to play with those teammates, it was a great feeling.
And just what's it like, being from Israel, and maybe what's your favorite part about the country?
Like the whole culture, the food, it's different. Like the different language, like the atmosphere, the sports are so energetic. Like that's another like difference that I see like overseas and here is like the professional games there are so much like louder and there's so much more energy there. Like when you go to an NBA game here, like you can hear the ball bouncing on the court like during the games. But if you go overseas and you go to like an Israeli basketball game, like my dad's games when we used to go when we were younger, like you have to like some people wear earplugs, like there's music, everybody's screaming, there's horns, like it's a whole different atmosphere.
Yeah, I think it's because I forgot. I think I saw this on a YouTube comment because I searched up like differences, and it was like USA basketball, and then I think it showed like Greek basketball, and they were like burning things in the
Yeah,
arena like
have
that.
fire. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I guess it's because like they treat it kind of like a soccer game, where it's
Yeah,
just screaming the whole time. But then in America, it's like when they score, you cheer with them. When they're not, like you're not gonna really do too
yeah,
much. They just it's pretty much like a soccer atmosphere in every sport, and that's kind of like the best way to interpret it.
yeah.
Yeah, but I saw they were like burning, like it looked like dangerous. I saw people were like, I swear people were getting like caught on fire, like literal people.
Yeah,
Whatever, like
fire. Like people were like breathing fire in the crowd. They have drums and everything, like smoke. It's crazy.
yeah, and I guess so. Your dad was playing in Israel, and that's kind of why we're at all those games and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I grew up going to all his games, like in the locker room championships. Like I used to go out onto the court with them whenever they used to win and celebrate. It was fun.
And just talk about that a little bit more. Just pretty much growing up, just going to pro basketball games every day, and not like living life of a pro, but kind of getting to see it from a kid's perspective.
Yeah, like from like my perspective when I was younger, like I'm going into the locker room and stuff, and I'm seeing like how things work on a professional team. And like actually, both my parents played professionally. That's how they met. My mom was actually also a professional basketball player in Israel, so I kind of grew up around like a basketball culture. Like that's all we eat, sleep, and breathe basketball. So that's like I used to be around in the locker rooms during the games and the crowd. Like I used to always love it.
And going back talking about playing for the Israeli national team, what countries did you end up going up against?
Oh, we played. Then we played Lithuania, Croatia, Macedonia. We played Eston- Estonia. I think that's what it called. And then we played uh, Spain, who won it all. So yeah, those are the 5 teams that we played.
Wait, and was this the same thing? Like, I thought USA won like gold and something like that. I don't know. Was something
Yeah,
different?
but they were playing like I forgot, but it was like where North America and South America they were playing all over.
Oh,
This
okay, okay, okay.
ours were just like the European Championships.
Okay, so I guess at least for now, like, you're not going to be playing, the United States in anything, right?
No,
Um, why'd you choose to play with Israel instead of trying to make the United States team?
I mean, I guess like I don't know. Like my parents thought it was a better decision to go over there and play. Like my dad knows everybody over there, and it'd be a good experience for me. It'd be a better experience to go back, just to go back to experience like my home, like Israel. It was like not just the basketball, like just going back to be in Israel, like to experience that again. But like the basketball was a plus too.
And I forgot I was gonna ask this a second ago. Talk about the food. What's your favorite food over there?
Oh, definitely. Dang it, what's it called? No, it's with it's pita bread and then they put meat inside of it with
The falafel?
yeah, no, not falafel.
Oh wait, crap. Wait, it's not a shawarma, is it?
Shawarma. Yes, shawarma. That is the best food over there.
Okay. I mean, I'm a big. I remember like I was there. I don't know how, but people were eating falafel like every day. Like I don't know how. Like I feel like food gets old, but I don't know. Like every day, I probably had falafel like 80% of the time. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how I
falafel's
did it.
too. Like I love falafel. That like that shawarma and falafel. That's the thing.
Yeah, but at least like well, I mean, I'm a picky guy too, but for some reason, like I don't know, I felt like every food was the same. Like there wasn't, we're in America, you could get like a ton of different foods. I felt there it's always like the same stuff.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like here, it's like they have a lot of exotic foods. It's just I don't know. It's different, but like it's weird. Like in Israel, like they have different foods, but it's kind of all similar. But over here, they have like all types of different foods, like that I haven't even tasted yet.
Definitely, definitely. And let's say that you ended up, facing off against the United States. If that, you said that probably won't happen because I guess it's not even possible. But if it did happen, like, how do you think that matchup would go?
I think it'd be good. It definitely helped with like my stock or whatever. Like they would see me playing against their top prospects, so they would think higher of me. But I think it'd be a great experience. I'd love that.
And there's always like, like it's not like you're wearing a jersey that says like a school's name on it or a travel program's name on it. Like you're representing a whole country. So just talk about that feeling, when you're stepping on the court, you're not just playing for a small school or maybe a travel program. It's only in the United States. It's for millions of people pretty much you're trying to put on for.
I mean, it's a great feeling. Like it means a lot. Like I grew up there my entire life, so being able to play for them with everybody watching me, like all the games were streamed, and I had everybody like commenting on my posts from Israel, and it just means a lot because like a lot of my dad's fans have become my fans, so it means a lot. Like them seeing me and seeing me support them, like playing for Israel, it means a lot.
And in regards to your dad, and I guess even your mom too, because said she played pro as well. Just seeing them, play pro basketball. What's like, because you can probably guarantee like you will probably play, at least maybe college basketball, just still at an extremely high level. I was just like realizing like I'm going to be in their shoes that I saw them in a few years ago. Like it's my turn. Did you ever expect that to happen?
I mean, like when I was a kid, like that's all I used to like dream about. Like I'm really like living what I was dreaming when I was younger, like playing college, like being a professional. Like that's all I wanted to do when I was younger. So now that I'm actually doing it, it's amazing.
And were there any guys on your team that were also from America, or were you the only one?
No, I was the only one, but most of them like had broken English, so it wasn't that hard to communicate. But usually most people like in Israel they speak some type of English, so it wasn't like completely foreign to me.
Yeah, they all know English pretty well because I know it's like taught to them when
Yeah,
they're yeah they all know English pretty perfectly honestly. But I was wondering if there's another guy that kind of experiencing the same thing you were experiencing, like going from America, having to travel and go
no,
there, kind of like all that stuff, or if you were the only one.
no, I was the only one. It would have helped like if I had somebody there that was uh that was like me, but I didn't really meet that many American people. I met he one of the he plays for not Latvia. He plays for I forgot. Oh, Poland. He played for Poland when we played against them. His name's Jeremy Sokan or Sokan, and he committed to Baylor, and he just left from here to go back to Germany to play. But it was really like cool seeing him because we played him in like a preseason game. So I met him, and he spoke English, and he was he spoke like really good English, and he moved here to play for La Lumiere for what this year. So it was kind of nice like meeting somebody that was kind of like me during the trip. But yeah, we're good friends now.
Yeah, but like I'm not gonna lie, I think the people in Israel like they could speak pretty good English. Like
Yeah,
I could maybe say that's one of the best like English speaking countries. I haven't traveled a lot, but I like gone the country. I pretty much gone out of the country once, and it was to there. But I have a good feeling they're probably one of the best English speaking countries that is in the United States or I guess the crap. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Wait, or,
what?
or England.
Yeah, I mean, we lived there my entire life. We didn't have a problem. Like I went to an international school. Everybody, like my dad's team, like everybody on the street, like everybody's pretty much just knows English there. Like I don't know how, like they were taught it like at school. Like I don't know, but it's not a problem for them. Like you can go there right now and you'll be fine, like getting around.
Exactly. Well, I just realized I don't know if you know this, but like English, Hebrew, and crap. Oh, and Arabic. That's like their three official languages. Like every sign it says I forgot the order. I think it might be Hebrew and like English and then Arabic and on every sign. So it's one of like their official languages.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's probably why you can do stuff so well. And you were keep telling me you said how guys from Israel like commenting on your posts on all that stuff. Is there maybe any chance that you bypass playing college basketball and maybe play pro in Israel?
I mean, it's not completely out of the question. Like, there's always a chance. Like, if like that would definitely be a choice for me in the future. But like, it's not like like I wouldn't like put it out of the question and say no, I'm not going to play. But it's definitely There's the possibility.
And how's it able to work out with you playing for both the Israeli national team and then playing for each one teach one?
Well, it's like it's later in during the summer, so usually we play like the circuits are usually like in the beginning and towards the end of summer. Like last year, as soon as I got back from Peach Jam, I was at home for like 3 days, and then I got on the plane. So like right after the AU season ended, I left to go over there to start practicing. But it doesn't they don't interfere or like cross paths in any way.
And you said from PCM, I got a few days at home, and then I had to travel to Israel. Do you kind of feel like a pro in any way, even at that age, just because you're pretty much traveling across the country or across the world to play basketball?
I mean, it felt good. Like I felt like I was growing up, kind of like just like a flash of what it would be like in a few years, like traveling to go play. But it felt good, like traveling, like just from the circuits. Then I travel home. Then I fly on the plane to go to Israel. Then when I get to Israel, I'm flying to different places to go play with the national team. So it definitely felt like I was on a professional team.
Oh, and you're saying like, so were you guys traveling when you play a team, and I guess it wasn't Israel, would you have to travel to their country?
Yeah, like we had like in
Oh,
like
wow.
before the FIBA championships, we had played a couple preseason games. So when I landed in Israel, we flew to Macedonia to play against Poland and Macedonia. Then after we were done with that, we flew back to Israel for a week or so. Then we flew to Italy to go play in the championships there.
Yeah, that is unbelievable. How are you able to deal with that, with your body?
I mean, I was exhausted. Like that entire time, I don't think like I couldn't even dunk. Like my legs were so shot. Like just like it's constant, like it's year round. Like I didn't get a period of time to just rest my body. Like I went from AAU every weekend circuits and games to Peach Jam. Then we got all the way to like the semifinals at Peach Jam. Then I stopped. Then I got home for a couple days and I flew. Then we're practicing every day of the week. Like when I got home after the like I'm from Israel. Like I just sat there for like a couple weeks and just chilled because I was exhausted.
Yeah, that just sounds really really unbelievable. But I want to know because you talked about Peach Jam making the semifinals. How do you think that your each one teach one team would have done if there was a circuit this summer?
Oh, for we definitely would have won. Like this team, like we added a couple players. Like we were definitely better from last summer. Like if there was a circuit, we definitely would have won. Like we won. We got to the semifinals and we played against Night Riders and we only lost by like 5. And that semifinal game was after it was like 2 hours after we had played Bates Fundamentals. So we had played like a quarterfinal and a semifinal in the same day. So we were already exhausted and we only lost by 5, and then Knight Riders went on to win by like 30 in the championship. So it wasn't even really like a contest in the championship. But like for this year, like with Ben Middlebrooks and everybody like coming to the team, we definitely would have won. Like I think we could have won Peach Jam this summer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you think you guys would have been able to throw off Night Riders? Because I know, I mean, both the guys are both like the like Night Riders is like a South Florida, or at least it's a Florida team. You guys are a Florida team. I
Yeah.
was like, Night Riders is like guys from outside of Florida, but I guess what other factors think would be able to lead you guys to beat them?
I feel like I don't know. We play better as a team. They kind of got the best of us like during Peach Jam. I think like fatigue was a factor of it, but I just think the players on our team are really special, and I think we could have taken them down.
So I know you and I know Ben Middlebrooks. What other guys you think would have been? Or I think Dylan Mitchell on there as well. What other guys you think would have been a big factor? Uh,
Definitely Bryce. Bryce, he plays for I forgot. Oh, Lake Highland Prep. Bryce, AJ Brown, he plays for OCP. Lewis, I forgot his last name, Lewis, but Lewis plays for Oak Ridge. And just we have a great group of guys that are very like high level. So yeah, and I think we're very special.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely that's a matchup I definitely want to see because it's like two. I'm from Florida. You live in Florida right now, so it's kind of like the two, I guess, majority Florida teams. Going against each other. So that would definitely be very cool. And they never did like a mini camp or anything like that, right?
No, they didn't.
Are they planning on doing one, or are they just just letting you guys play those like 2 games with them and that's it?
Well, I don't know yet. Like I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I mean, if they do, I definitely, probably try to go to that because that would be pretty cool. But now moving away from just playing basketball, I want to talk about the recruitment process, going to the next level. How has the recruitment process been for you?
It's been good. Like I'm hearing from different schools every day. Like recently, I was been on a Zoom with USF, and then like a couple weeks ago, I was on a Zoom with Florida, and just I've been hearing from all the schools that have offered me. They just hitting me up every day, just checking in. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And out of the schools that have offered you, which ones are contacting you the most?
There's not like a few that are like recruiting me like really hard, but mostly all the schools are recruiting me the same. Just I've been hearing like just from the Zooms, like the Florida schools have really been talking to me the most, kind of. Like I've been like both Mike White and Coach Gregory from USF and Mike White from University of Florida. I've been on the phone with them a couple of times. And I've been in a lot of contact with them the past couple of weeks. But the other schools are still talking to me every day.
And I'm just curious, has Miami spoken to you yet, or nothing?
Not yet, not Miami.
Yeah, they're terrible, man. I don't know what they're man. I cannot believe them, man. I just all right, whatever. And then what about in terms of schools that are just showing interest for now on? What schools are showing the heaviest interest in you?
Interest, like out of the schools that haven't offered me, Florida State's been contacting me, Iowa State's been contacting me, Virginia's been contacting me. Who else? That's it, I think. But yeah, those are the schools that have been contacting me.
And just going back to you potentially playing pro. Like, have any pro teams, in Israel reached out to you at all and asked you like if that's something you're interested in, or not yet?
Not yet. Like there was like an academy or something that had contacted my dad, but he had turned it down. But no, no pro teams have contacted me yet.
Yeah, because I mean that would be kind of cool to see how that works. But anyways, I got one more question for you, and I want to know, what are your goals for life?
For life, definitely like in the future, just to make it to the NBA, and then after that to make an effect off the court to the basketball community, like with teams. I'd like to coach, like all that stuff to do with basketball.
Just out of curiosity, again, sticking to playing pro in Israel, what if you like play in the NBA, like even with Amari Stoudemire, like play in the NBA, then went to Israel, I think, to play? Is that something you maybe would consider like after your kind of like NBA time is done? You might have played however many years it was, then you're like, I just want to play there for a year and just kind of do that almost for fun in a way. Is it something you may want to do in the future?
I mean, that definitely be something I'd want to do. I mean, like I've seen like Nate Robinson did it, like Amari Stoudemire. It seems like a fun thing to do. Like after like my career or whatever is done, then I go over and play a couple years there. Like that would be really something that I would like to do.
Definitely. And now, anyways, before we end the show, is there anything you want to plug or anybody you want to shout out?
No, no, not really.
All right, man, that sounds good to me. Well, anyways, thank you so much for taking your time and coming on to the show. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram at Emanuel Sharp _ at iHoopsFL. Anyways, for 2022, I think, what are you? Nation's number 50, was it 59 or 56? I thought, right?
56. Yeah.
All right, so for the nation's number 56th prospect in the class of 2022, Emanuel Sharp, I'm Isaac Fleischer, and this has been another iHoopsFL interview. Peace out, guys.